Exactly that. Apex, he told him to sit down. And you should too. Buckle up, folks. Deciding map between Vitality, world number 1, and ENCE, the local heroes. It is a top-heavy wounded G2 that awaits the winner of this matchup. The playoffs and the Spodek on the line. We've got Vitality sitting pretty on the CT side. Smoke on Flamesy with dual Berettas and armor. Talk about being set up to succeed. Molotov for the top hut. Flames burns his smoke, perfectly applied. Hangs onto the angle, makes the most of it with 1 kill. Goofy comes out, trade is there. No follow-up. Apex uses the whole mag, gets a reload in, and Spinks is here from main to try and help. It's man advantage for Vitality, taken back off of Hades, and then both can leave.
Perfect setup into the mid rounds. Well, now the late round, I guess, 2v2. Both CTs guessing, you know, all 4 players in general. Cheese was just more control over what decision is correct, per se. If they want to run lower, they can do that. They know they're exposing himself to almost the exact same risk, but I don't know if they actually want to end up planting downstairs with no smoke. So CT and ZywOo holding on to control, assuming, okay, well, I've got this if it comes this way, but yeah, they're going to come back upstairs.
This is where Mezzy resides, sitting up in heaven. He's kept crouched, not taking any kind of angle. The possibility of that ramp to heaven flank at an all-time high. Glaive is going to watch heaven while the plant goes down.
Yeah, he knows it's going to be, this is the only plant available for no utility as long as you have someone to cover heaven.
Mezzy sat here, and he's got a flash ready to get ZywOo out from vent. Flashback sight serving up the distraction, but Hades has departed into hut and looking to now come back into the bomb site. ZywOo caught on the front of it. He gets his headshot, as will Mezzy, and Apex. Yeah, a little relief as it's Vitality's CT side to kick it off.
Yeah, you said ZywOo got caught, and I think, you know, anybody else, they did get caught, but ZywOo, I mean, they got to kill him right here, right? You got to kill him. You got 3-4 bullets. That's all you get for free, usually. That was ZywOo's weakest moments. Okay.
1 each, guys.
Yeah, 1 each, exactly. Dismantling the post plant. But with the bomb plant itself, ENCE decide this is the chance to buy. They want to come through double Mac 10. We saw some good Mac 10 work out of Diha back on Anubis. And Snappy may not be here, but in spirit, ENCE can still rush. ZywOo dives vent, wastes no time. Diha just shrouded outer. Apex leaning back, has no vision on the crossover, so it's got to be the possibility on Vitality's mind. And ooh, almost perfectly crossing over. Oh, a little crouch crawl gets them in.
You gotta be so in tune with that.
Yeah.
You gotta be spiritual about it, those smoke timings.
We got 3 trophy, 2 secret. This is priming itself to be the B split. Mezzy with the FAMAS up. 2 fights, 2 fronts. Ooh, meant to be assistance. Apex gets rattled, and Hades, well, he's gonna follow through with the double kill. ZywOo holds on to the bomb site. That's the 2 frags from secret, but his gun goes dry. And so does his hold. Flames and Spinks silently approaching down from the vents. Blinded doesn't matter. Flamesy perfect tracking with the MP9. Grenade gets a huge chunk of Spinks off the play.
Now it's tough to plant.
Door open off of that frag as well, I believe. So now suddenly they're feeling pinched, but so is the bomb site. Oh, Goofy comes through with a headshot. The force buy working out wonderfully for ENCE if they can finish off the quarter health of Spinks. The single door still shut. No cover.
They have control side.
He swings it wide. Goofy putting a couple shots out. Both these T's getting back into this. And as they close the 1 door, Spinks is looking around on site for tools for the drop. There it is, the smoke grenade that ZywOo's corpse dropped.
You didn't see the plant, though.
He taps it once. Goofy's got to come out from window. Goofy's going to gun him down. Smoke a little bit off the mark. And the force buy works out.
I wonder if the smoke was like to trick you, perspective-wise, if you're playing control side, to thinking maybe it was somewhere over here and he could see over top of it. Not exactly sure. Certainly did feel like he had to come up with something tricky. gimmicky to be able to win that 1v2. The one thing they knew they had going for them is the impending fate of Flamesy or the engagement. If they have him on control stairs, someone has to take that fight eventually, whether it's Flamesy fighting out of it or them fighting to get the plant spot off, because otherwise they don't have room to plant at all. So they went ahead and earned that. That was good. And it's a good steal back. And that's kind of crazy because at every point in that round, Vitality were putting one of their players in jeopardy on the other side of the map. Secret, they're covering that cross, the nades down in B site, as well as the attack on ramp. It was all perfect from ENCE, but there were Vitality players in every...
Trying to get the T's to move, trying to get something going, but it's already being watched.
What do they call Spinks? I actually don't know this. What do they call Spinks in like chats when he's not playing well? Sponks?
I don't know, man. Don't look there. I never go looking.
Sponks? Maybe.
Like Sponks, O-N-K-S, or still with an X at the end?
O-N-K? No, they would just change the one letter to,
okay,
you know.
One Spinks. Good Spinks, bad Sponks. It works. I don't know, Launders. I don't talk trash about players.
Yeah, you've never talked trash.
I have never said a bad thing about anybody.
Do you also lie on Fantasyland?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Great show, though. You guys check it out.
I leaned in on Na'Vi today, and Donk taught me a valuable lesson.
Yet to be humbled.
It's crazy, man. Someone's got to give this kid a lesson.
Yes. I think the buildup is to Monacy, which makes perfect sense. He's the player in objectively equivalent form who has...
Also returning Katowice champion and MVP.
Like, yeah, just objectively better and in equivalent form. That'll be amazing to see if that happens.
Big if. G2 got to get there. G2 play the winner of this match.
True.
A chance to make it straight to semifinals. Apex, you saw a little frustration in that last round, but frustration looks good on Apex.
I guess Zywoo versus Donk would also be kind of cool.
Dude, kind of? Be awesome.
It'd be awesome, dude.
Be awesome, dude. Oh, oh. Give me the donk, dude. Any day of the week.
And what do they call Donk when he's playing well?
Pink. No. I mean, he's always playing well, so they just call him Donk.
Donk.
Apex. Crawling around the rafters. These pistols not doing much, waiting for some kind of a play out. Feels like ENCE have just, you know, they've taken like a karate stance. They're looking to counterattack anything that's thrown at them, but a quick chop to the throat, yeah, and you've got yourself into the A site. You know, you're just trying to avoid Zywoo and his Galil, but you found him, you got a piece of him, and he got a piece of you right back. 2v2, and he's gonna quickly run down the ramp. He's got 6 kills already here on Nuke. Ooh, trying to throw himself up ahead of the nade, but he dies as Diha's Mac-10 hits him in the face. And Apex, go ahead, buddy, walk away.
This is, I love the shape
lead.
of that. That was a good round, man. Good mid-round calling here from Glaive or whoever. Snap made this judgment. That was really, really solid, and I think that we've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, the call is pretty simple. Zywoo's heaven, run!
Now in Polish.
Oh, no chance. No chance.
For me, it's like the Polish. They just put English in a dishwasher a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to let you explain yourself.
Dishwasher.
Okay, okay.
And they get a Lukasz, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
Just got a little twang.
it's like Danish, you just take English and you remove a couple letters. The British, they just take it and then make it sound a little more condescending. Americans take English, make it sound stupid. And the Polish, the dishwasher.
You're onto something.
That's my worldview. That's
sure.
my worldview.
Yep. Hey, man. It's your truth.
Basically, no one's getting it right, in my opinion.
Fast play from Kylar. ENCE gonna crank. Wow, what a contrast to the last round where it was all posturing, all positioning. This time it's ferociousness, and Kylar rewarded. Blindsiding Spinks, a second headshot, and that's Zywoo. It's also Flame stuck up top with his double kill right back. He's got to take damage on the fall down. Diha chases Apex, and it's man advantage out of ENCE. What an opening from Kylar. And this is no longer the Kylar of 9 who struggled individually. The Kylar of ENCE is sharp.
Let's touch the Skylar.
But they're getting active.
Oh.
They're still trying to move this one forward. CTs don't want to fall back. Mezzi, it's the one headshot that he needed. He's going to peek. They line up and they close him.
Wow.
Hades to keep ENCE in their winning ways. A 4-1 T-side start.
That's fire right now. That is brewing under ENCE. I mean, of course, it's Katowice. Of course, it means a little bit extra to them. But that alone does not get you to playoffs. There has been no team since Virtus Pro to do anything significant in a Polish lineup, you know, for many years. So, what can you say? Was it last year when? What was Pasha biking to? Wasn't that no?
Yeah, it was 9 trying. If not, because
no, he was biking to. They're biking to Paris. He was biking to Paris for 9.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Right. By the time he got there, they were gone.
Yeah.
Shuhei still made it though. And Pasha didn't even say hello.
He didn't think. I don't think he knew Shohei at the time.
That's fair.
But at least now he has 2 chances to win. Doesn't have to bike anywhere. 3 chances actually. He could have snacks as well.
Fingers crossed.
And then he has 4 chances. Sorry, Taz, the coach at G2.
5. Shuhei still exists.
I thought I was counting him, but
well, don't count Vitality out. I'll tell you that much. I thought with that M4 something could happen, but it quickly exchanges hands into Flames' instead. He got lucky there as he peeked into a player with a nade out. That nade finds 2 players down to half health, and I'm looking back through the history books of this 9 core. I want to see who have they ever taken down when it comes to Nuke specifically. This would hands down be the biggest scalp they've ever had on this map. And I'm looking at the last 12 months.
okay.
So this start is just phenomenal. The rumblings of an upset. 5-1 T-side, map 3. We're not playing games here.
That's interesting for me to hear watching their Nuke. I've definitely seen some good rounds. And so it's impressive again how much they've gotten so good recently.
Yeah.
What's their next biggest win? I guess would be an interesting question.
Do you mean as in opponent or do you mean as in scoreline? Because
probably opponent.
Opponent, yeah. So I see a map over Big on Nuke, a map over Maus, G2, a 16-14 back at the previous major.
The previous major?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
14.
What team are you looking at? ENCE or
9.
Oh, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
right.
core.
9 core. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes, sir. Majority here. Quick event dive down out of Kylar. Again, just kind of cranking the tempo out from Secret, or Squeaky, excuse me. Flames trying to pick up anything that would be left behind, any tracks, any tips, any tidbits. But Kylar's long gone. He did open the single door. Should be audio heard, you'd assume. But still CT's no rotation. They'll put a second guy into the ramp, but Kylar looking at this, they must not have heard that squeaky door open downstairs.
Oh, yeah, they must have timed it.
They're playing this perfectly. Kylar, this is going to be another round where he's going to open it up.
Oh, shoots right away. There's another CT above him. He could easily give this up.
Oh, Apex, it's just the one and done.
Great trade.
And Kylar's going to lead the charge downstairs. That's that extra space already guaranteed. And because the door's open, if anybody comes peeking Spinks, he's going to go right into the scope of Hades, you'd assume. Comfortable bomb plant from Glaive, perfectly finagled, plus Diha's flanking. This is excellent. ENCE, there are layers on this one, and it is going to be a guaranteed 6-1 T-side lead.
When Glaive said, when we make this team, we've got to make it as a combination of cultures, combination of styles and eras. And he said, I'm going to learn from these guys, but they want to play a little bit looser. I want to play a little bit more structured. maybe he gave him a little Danish nuke, okay? That's never hurt nobody.
My, oh my. Let this reality sink in. World's #1 in a map 3, down 6-1. And ENCE, I mean, it's not like ENCE are getting through these rounds by the skin of their teeth, Mohan. This is ENCE in commanding fashion. And the runway's getting short. Tied half at best.
Apex calling for help.
Extaz, get in here. But at the same time, as Extaz gets a chance to speak, so does Cuban. Him and Glaive, the Polish brains of the operation here for ENCE.
Man, this would be a second, sort of other storylines aside, this would be a very sizable upset for Vitality to take on at the beginning of the year. Like massive, sort of. And it is legitimized by the fact that ENCE are overall having a great run, but still, versus Vitality,
massive.
It still shouldn't be close. So, but since it's already happened with Astralis this year, at a certain point it goes, whoa, what's up this year, Vitality? Because, okay, blast groups, but now you've got Katowice as well. They've got to be sweating about that a little bit. There's no way they're not taking this very, very seriously.
Every step of the way. Pressure mounting in this series, but ZywOo's going to alleviate it ever so slightly. That's an M4 kill out from Secret. There's been this pretty consistent threat of the Secret cross. We've seen Apex try to hold back the smokes. This time ZywOo gets ahead of it by throwing himself into the staircase. Glaive looking for the answer, looking for something to tug on. How do you open this A site? How does he get through? Flames firing the AK from heaven. That's going to indicate a second rifle in play. Oh, nice movement from Flames to come down that ladder. Just as Outer is starting to slip into the hands of ENCE, he takes it back a bit.
Was a great clear.
Meanwhile, Kylar, who has successfully found footing on the A site, is actually stuffed. Goofy gets the trade frag back, but it is a Hades 1v3 off of Extaz and his input. Vitality's defense holds strong with only 2 rifles they came into this round, but 2 rifles seemingly enough. You've got to stop the bleeding. And they're lucky to do it now.
Yeah, I think this is where a team can get back in versus you. Let's say team agnostic. Depending on the types of calls that you come through with now, if you're ENCE. Now, we saw Vitality break back into Anubis. ENCE were very quick to give away 2 big rifle rounds back to back, and then also succumb to a 5v4 early on in the next one after. I mean, it's part of it for Glaive is like picking the right call based on the economy, based on the momentum as well. And then the other part of it is if your teammates don't hit shots, then it doesn't really matter what calls you make. You still got to make the right ones. So let's see which part of it works or which part of it fails. So I'd say for the sake of the map, this round might not matter that much, but for the sake of the mentality, it could mean a lot. Ooh, and there's an opening for Vitality once again.
Yeah, and once more, it's ZywOo outside who just decides he's drawing the line in the sand. Glaive? That's right, Glaive outduels ZywOo right back, though.
That's
it's so early on. Kylar, he's trying to get into the vent. Ooh, he could have gotten caught. I mean, that smoke didn't even completely cover him. And Spinks, who had an atrocious first map on Vertigo, is struggling on this A floor in the 3rd map of the series again. But he at least takes control of Squeaky, so they are going to trade vent drop for lobby.
Yeah, Glaive kind of knows what's going on. I mean, he's not going inside of lobby at all. He's playing outside of it. Maybe oh, wow. Yeah, he knows what's going on, man. This is really good. He covered that kill from ZywOo.
Excellently done.
Came back, pulled his teammates out of lobby to get moving with the rest of the round. And now they're organizing based on it. But he's also potentially left upstairs as an option.
And upstairs would be a great option because it's only Flamesy, or excuse me, Apex behind vent.
Now think about how tricky this might be to figure out, however, because they haven't cleared out lobby again.
They threw main smoke. So there's also utility usage going down upstairs, but at the same time, pressure here. 30 seconds,
look at that,
there
look
it
at
goes.
That. This is a great call from Glaive, man. He actually figured this entire round out. Now they gotta get one more kill.
Oh, Apex lines him up! 2 kills. Damage on the next, but the nade out of Glaive. He reopens the round. Flamesie's up from vent. It's a man advantage. Apex did everything he had to try and take this back from ENCE, but we've got Kylar backside in the clutch. All he's got to do is shave them off one by one, and he gets the first damage to the second, but Mezzi holds on. And Vitality, they won't let that 7th slip.
That's the play that Apex had to make. There's just no other way that they could win the round. Now, I was saying that it can come down to a good call, but if you don't hit your shots, then it doesn't matter. I think this is a good example of exactly that. They had a really well-called round. They covered everything. They even survived the 5v4 right away. But they got a little bit outgunned in the end. And I wouldn't even say that it was like a raw duel that they just had to outskill their opponent. Apex had a good lineup from a good position. There was not much they could do about that.
Played it with the possibility of that rotate back up to A. He knew that if they did come back, he had to do it all. And just that slight bit of smoke from main, right? It was a bit poofy. Made the most of it. Immense damage.
That was a good call, though, man. That made you...
From ENCE, yeah.
Yeah, that you could really see they have a good feeling for what the whole map looks like. And for a team who at this roster have only played this once versus the Mongols with this exact lineup.
And lost.
That precipitates a win. If it's not now, it's in the future for sure on this map.
Yeah, the improvement's clear. And this much improvement this quick. If ENCE have shown us anything already in this series, it is promise. The hope is a win. Mezzi gonna stuff Diha on the approach from the stairs. B-site feeling all the more comfortable. Spinks cautious of the potential main rat because they don't have deep vision outside. And Hades has that scope up, waiting for Apex to get ever closer from spawn. At a moment's notice, that squeaky door could be under siege, but there's not many moments left. 25 on the clock here in round 10. Glaive tries to take the tip of the spear. Fast flank out of Hades. Nice second shot. Apex in the open. It's a triple.
Going.
Hades just stopping it all. The AWP creeps in from main, and ZywOo, his counterpart, can do nothing. He's got to let them get off site. Hades, from start to finish so far in this round, has done everything that they needed to get that bomb plant. And again, 6 rounds, par for the course. Everything beyond is just icing on the cake. Mezzi hoping to cross around from main, but that angle surely being held by Hades. Oh, and denied, dude. Kylar's headshots are nasty, but not as nice as Hades op. 4 frags in a critical round to keep ENCE leaps and bounds ahead.
Wow, I honestly drop him into a hot action moment and like he takes off. And I was gonna say, go for it all the way, make it a movie, keep pushing after you get those first 3 kills. Sometimes I feel like after a 3K like that, Hades can fall back into playing like a standard smart way and then just get hit by an AK or something, somebody swinging on him. I'm really glad that that worked out with an extra kill at the end. What, a 2-on-5? Maybe a 2-on-4 in the end? Something that was all Hades and Kylar.
3v5, my dude. Impressive stuff. Hades saw the chance to just slam that A site. Nade to open up. Apex looking to hang on with just this measly MP9, but he does good damage with it in the background. Still, the front runners punctured through. ZywOo just missed this. Diha's not going to see anything, but if it comes down vent, it's perfect.
I don't even know. Like, there could still be someone backside, so I guess why not try to go for this flank?
Flamesy of 2 mines. He's going to come downstairs. Spinks going to get the best of him. 4 versus 3. Missed shot. ZywOo goes down to the hands of Goofy. And I mean, that's 2 good rifle moments out of ENCE versus ZywOo. Kylar last round from hut into sight, and this time Goofy opening up the A site. so that ENCE can reopen the possibility not just of beating Vitality here, but of smoking them map 3.
And it's key that the reading rotation so clear, so palpably downstairs that they know instantly when it's time to take upper. And Goofy fights his way out to hell to make that happen. Because even if they did get a kill and then took ramp and then went lower, they would still have the most resistance possible. They still have to waste more utility taking control side. So it's better that they know exactly what the CT setups are based on who's downstairs and find a way to get back up into heaven, which sometimes is scary to do.
Oh man, now they're just laying on the hurt. Clearing Flames off the board. M4 for Spinks, all that's left. Cuban can't help but have a smirk from ear to ear because he feels this one coming.
Dude, this T side needs to be studied because look at it. It could have even been better.
It's true, if Apex doesn't hold vent that one round, we'd be looking at a 9-2, potentially 10-round T side from ENCE. You just lost to Mongols.
Yeah.
And you're about to take Vitality down a peg. But I alluded to it back on Anubis, right? The best teams, #1 every time. They've always got to show resilience. Claim a 4th CT round win and get to work on your own T side. Vitality, it's gonna have to be a long night and a hell of a comeback, and you're gonna have to find a solution to Hades because my God, is he taking this opportunity with both hands. 15-3 on this T side. Dare I say it, he's not done yet. Molly's exchange towards Squeaky. That consistent threat of Kylar's entries. And Kylar's uptick in performance is such a welcome sight for ENCE. They cross over after Zywoo's nade exposes no one. He's concerned about the main wrap. It puts Spinks down the fence. He's really willing to just let them have all of Garage, but 2 players down secret. The trade is likely versus Spinks. Luckily, he's got Flames to work with. They definitely want to press in. Do they predict it? Flames on the off angle.
Oh man!
This is Glaive!
Dishing it out, baby. Just like old times.
I mean, unreal accuracy. His individual level.
And so much on the entries for this whole event as well. It's key part of his game when his form was on point. And hey, you don't even have to IGL that well if you can double entry. I'm telling you. So not only has been doing a great job as a caller, but his individual performances, not only his peaks, but his average, have been standing out.
Mandatory retake demanded. Apex falls out from the heavens, wings clipped. Zywoo, 1v5, nothing to pull on. Believe your eyes, a Polish core, 9-3 up on map 3 versus world's #1.
heart what you close it for. I can tell what you're looking for. And I could've lied and say you ain't my type, but it feels right, I know right. And it looks like you just might make me wanna say, damn, baby, whoa, you're in full control. Cause you don't know how to slip in a beat as well as slip in a feel. Cause you make me surrender to your love. And now I wanna say, got me wanting to say, make me wanna say, damn, I gotta catch myself. I can't let go of the girl I know. Got me, I keep it on the low. Your fire burns right into my soul.
Years since a Polish core has found success at Katowice, and yet here we are with ENCE knocking on the door of a best-of-3 win over the world #1. Incredible calls coming out of Glaive, incredible headshots coming out of Glaive, but it is Hades who tops the charts tonight in map 3, 16-3 in fact, as Team Vitality have to set out on this T side with a massive endeavor ahead.
This could already be the upset of the year, essentially, with the level of difference. The only thing softening that blow is Vitality already taking a big loss. But with the very little time that ENCE have been together and the little expectations we have for them, this is more than astoundingly impressive. And wow. Oh my God, all right. Well, as I always said, shut up.
Hell of a way to kick it off, a warning of what's to come, perhaps. Now we do have a player boosted in the ramp room. Glaive's gonna try to take back that space. Saiwu made, nice tap, but he does lose control of the fence. Beretta's inside of Hut. Hades, oh, it's a great distraction.
They're everywhere.
Diha, he presses his Berettas on the flank, and there's Saiwu continuing with the P250. But we've got Mezzi in what is an essential 1v3. Great gush.
Oh,
great God. He stays in the open, exposed to the ramp and down at the hands of Goofy. Kuban can feel it coming because we've got ENCE 3 rounds away from victory tonight.
Reaching escape velocity now, getting that pistol round. I mean, yeah, still nothing was promised, but now at 10 rounds and you steal away the pistol, even if you get ecoed at this point, you have a good lead. You have a CT side to get onto. You have really overcome the beast of Vitality and the #1 favorite for this entire tournament. The first tournament of the year. From the best team coming out of last year. You could take them down on your run at Katowice. Maybe the dream was to make playoffs. What if the dream is now to win?
Up into heaven go 2. Vitality coming in with everything they can damn well afford. An MP5 on Kylar, making his job a little harder, but at least he's got the FAMAS here with him. And it was that prod from Hut last round that set up the trophy push. This time Glaive looking to come in again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shave Spinks off the lobby. And this is total control for ENCE up in here, but the moment they leave, 2 players of the pack do come back.
I think they are just happy to take a risk and not even get punished that hard for this. But the one thing I like about this on this sort of bonus round is their buy lead is not even that strong. So playing it 100% safe doesn't necessarily make sense, even though you just won the last round, just on CT side. But now with a kill, they do have the ability to relax a little bit more.
Molly comes in, Kylar. It's gonna be safe here, looking to press that MP5 into anybody that looks to split sight. Flames comes in, looks at heaven. Goofy's got it from up above. It's a stuff. It's a shutdown, and it's Apex desperate to get anything going. An 11th in the bag for ENCE.
It has all gone wrong. Cuban, look at that, he's soaking it up already, and he's not one to get excited before the game's done.
No, and I think that's really the read of the situation, just how convincing it's been.
Been master of his emotions, but I think we've all got a little pull in us tonight, if you know what I'm saying.
Just such a marked improvement from the likes of Kylar. His first shot accuracy's been through the roof. Hades taking it to a whole new level, and Goofy, who as of late has been struggling within this core. That was Hades' right-hand man when the 9 core were making a name for themselves throughout 2023. That dip in performance had to hurt. And for Goofy and Kylar to be 2 players asked to go into an English-speaking roster, the challenge that ENCE face, nothing to scoff at, and yet here they are, stepping up to the plate. It is still a long road to the Spodek. It is G2 that await them. But my God, if the dream doesn't feel real after a win over Vitality. And this isn't just 2 maps that they've scraped by. This isn't just getting Vitality making mistakes. As we hit a hiccup, unfortunately, in the round. But damage done, so round live. Glaive is gonna hold off on ramp room. Zywoo comes up from downstairs, Deagle into Glaive. Nice response from Goofy. Snaps the shot over, but Flames' AK opens up. They're gonna try to charge it downstairs. Kylar's holding. And Hades not far off. Apex comes through, Deagle headshot from him. What? It's a kill that he tries to press down into Hades. Hades recovers, Berettas are out, but they don't know that Dihus crashed, and so this is a round 1 for Spinks.
Wait, but, oh man.
Dihus stands here, Spinks will plant, and
oh my God.
Round is over, folks.
Literally nothing they can do about it right now?
Nothing they can do.
Oh, that's tough. That does hurt.
You know, on the plus side,
I don't know what happened.
It's not 12-11, map 3.
It's not, yeah. Not like that ever happened before.
Nope. And luckily, there's a big bank of hype that ENCE can tap back into. Just remember, boys, you were smiling, you were celebrating just a round ago. Yeah, get him back in there, Kubin. Don't let this derail the reality that is ENCE. Still, even after that, 7 rounds ahead.
Yeah, people don't really understand how hard it is to stay focused after things like that happen. But it is actually the true reality of a pro player to have to, for any number of extenuating circumstances, whether it's PC issues, personal health issues, anything. High performance environment, lots of days of playtime. Things like this will happen. When it happened to Fallen, or sorry, when it happened to Furia the other day, Fallen said, hey, it sucks, but in my career I've seen it happen so many times. And in his case, he didn't have rounds after to recover from it. But when you do, it's still hard to get back on track. And I think that's why you get pre-tilted, is because even though you know you have a lead now, and you know, oh, well, we'll probably win in the end, well, you're probably also going to lose a couple just in that time that it takes you to get back into that zone where everything was perfectly good.
Snowball effect. So there's still some money for ENCE, but not enough to come in with the buy right away. So that 1 round does indeed mean another. Unless they're calculating, tabulating, crunching those numbers. No, we'll see 5-7s. Couple pistols come out. We'll hold our breath for ENCE's sake. So they were looking to run away with this map 3 and the series and the chance to play G2 for the Spodek. All of that still very much on the line. Pop open that smoke, brother, but you got a USP. I don't think you're stopping much. Maybe you get vision, maybe you scramble to the B site, but we're gonna get Flames pulling them apart up on A. Nice spray control for the following kill. Mezzi will die, and honestly, you take what you can get. Really can't be understated how great of a map Hades is having. Down he'll go this time. There's Vitality's 5th. There's the freebie that comes with the hiccup of the round prior.
Yeah, to be honest, when they played against Mongols, they would have won if not for Hades. Like, Hades had missed a couple of really important shots near the end where I was like, ah, man, like, this is when you're playing on ENCE, so much attention on you, but like just a couple of shots in big moments that you were clearly a little nervous where you let it go. But then right after, bounce back, massive map again. And all map long before those big shots, huge from Hades as well. So lots of time for him to prove himself on Nuke versus a much better team. So let's give it a shot, ENCE. If they survive that test, we'll have so much more to be proud of.
Ooh, big nade. Anytime you can get ZywOo down to 50 health for free, you take it. It's a bit of chip on flames as well, but very quickly evacuating ramp room was Glaive. Down to the B site he'll go. It's an entire Vitality team in tow. Ooh, frisky repeak. Almost costs him. He's got support from Hades, and again, the potential for the hell flank.
The op already in place.
Wow, now crossing in the open. Yeah, dangerous, but Hades makes it. Whoa, going over to single, that's insane. As the Molotov comes down, he reopens the door. Hades playing on the gates of hell. Re-peeks out, just pulls flames off the play. The pressure is immense.
The play.
He gets back into the single door. The amount of risk that Hades throws Vitality's way this time, and to do it in such a high pressure moment with what could have been the entire team breathing down his neck. Glaive quickly off control, can't manage to get his second. There's the response back from ZywOo and Mezzi. The only two left to try and make this 2v4 happen. They've equaled things out. Kylar down to the single, ZywOo here to push, but it's Kylar clean with the rifles again, and last time Mezzi couldn't clutch it. Playing front silo, on site, wants to get out of dodge. He'll find a way to exit.
Yep, here's the other one running.
That's a good picture for Mezzi to work with, mentally knowing they're both over there in the depths of this site. Molotov goes a little too deep, Mezzi comes out, but a miss! And it's ENCE right back to winning ways.
Ooh, spray went awry. It was the control steps molly that helped them ISO. If they didn't molly on the stairs, they wouldn't be able to defuse from that angle. Mezzi, if he took one kill there, he knows he gets both, or at least can play for time. This is, honestly, Hades. Hades made amazing plays here, hit some great shots, but I was with you when he crossed the decon. I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. So there were a couple, and then he ended up dying in decon. So there were a couple small timings where things almost went south, but you got to appreciate him getting in the middle of that in a round like this. I mean, that's how you have impact in the first place. It's playing to win. So yeah, he's playing to win. He's got the most kills. ENCE are up 12-5. It's all the ingredients you need.
2 days ago, it felt like getting through the play-in stage was a victory enough for ENCE. Meeting the world #1 in their opening game of the group stage felt like a sentence to the lower bracket, and instead they've seized this opportunity, this dream of getting to the Spodek with both hands. With a white-knuckle grip on their guns, they have swung for the fences. Kylar's entry on the A site set the tone for this Nuke map. Goofy's found his moments, Glaive has ripped headshots, and all the whiles, Hades up in lights. The opera that will not be stopped. To think he finds himself back on this ENCE roster once again. An organization that cut him in the place of Sun Pius. Returning with his countrymen at a hell of a time to come alive. It's Goofy backside to be tested. Glaive up above him to sweep one away. It's an all-in commitment from the Vitality camp, and they've got 3 sets of feet out from Squeaky. Kylar holds. And as bomb goes down, he senses a chance. Hades, ooh, missed shot on the snap over, so lobby falls to the hands of Vitality. Man advantage right there with it. And ENCE may have to just hold off.
Wow, it's not, I mean, it was very close to unwinnable right there, but there was a little bit of a chance both from Hades, or from D-Hop peeking from heaven as well as peeking right there into Mini to see if he could search a kill. And I'm not saying it's the end of the world to let this opportunity go, because it is still 6-12, but you know how quickly a lead can vanish. I do think there needs to be some rounds that you think about how to maximize, even if you don't fully go for them in games like this, because this round was a pretty big opportunity that Vitality actually pulled back. That was a good upper defense, responded to by greater entries, but at one moment here, it was over. If Hades had hit his flick there, obviously hard shot, but if he hit it, it would have been over. If they had one more kill in the upper defense, it probably would have been over instantly. So you hate to see those ones get let go, and now there's not a full buy behind it.
Don't be fooled, Hades can scout.
Oh yeah.
Makes this gun look real good, but has to forego control of outer. Crossing red, the entire camp of Vitality bar Spinks, who's left back on lobby. With no real indication of just how compromised this B site is, we've yet to get the rotate. Now they will start to work their way down from ramp. And of all the names we've had to say tonight, Diha on this third map has been relatively quiet, so a huge chance for him to have impact late game. An opportunity to close as Glaive presses against the glass. He gets his head taken clean off. Zywoo, it's an easy first entry. Diha's position now known. Snap up to control, but a trade looks good on Flames. And the forced buy just doesn't come to fruition. Vitality fight on, a 7th secured.
I swear the angle is good, but the glass itself is such a liability because of the damage absorption. So it's like, you never want to be the first person to shoot, but in CS2, you never want to be the second person to shoot. So now you can't take that fight anymore.
What should you do?
You got to take a new one.
How do you do that?
Like move to a new
I say break
position.
the glass.
Break the glass. Yeah, like pre-break the glass. That's yeah, the beginning of the round. Sure.
Let him know.
That's a good idea. Well, if you shoot first, all that happens is you get killed.
Back to the workshop then. 5 rounds the lead for ENCE. But again, they're gonna have to take one. Just let it slide, and every time Vitality win a round, every step they get closer to closing this gap. Those big grins, those hoots and hollers we were getting out of the ENCE camp. Back to reality. Map and match not closed just yet.
The pressure is a different kind of pressure when you have an opportunity like this with a 5-round lead. So the map you haven't proven yourself on, but clearly are good at. So the team you haven't proven yourself with. 1-month-old Polish IGL, ready to take over the world. And a honeymoon period that you're trying to maximize in order to win the biggest Polish tournament on the calendar. And one of the biggest tournaments, period.
Quick opener on Diha. Cuban coming out yesterday, of course, when they qualified and made it, or rather advanced to the group stage. He said, "I'm shocked with how good we are so fast. Did not anticipate this level of success out of the gate." Little did he realize the limitless potential that ENCE seemed to have. But again, job's not done. Kylar peeks right into the AK of Spinks, and the A-site crumbles. Goofy, just can't get there. Hades, it's a fast scout flank and a swap to the AK, but a bomb plant secured. Surely, although slowly, Vitality get ever closer. The shadow that looms behind ENCE catching up.
And you'll hear Apex get louder. the path to victory gets a little bit more clear. The path to OT in this situation is we're on map 3. Becomes a little bit more viable, accessible in your mind. Vitality will now have a stronger strength buy here from ENCE to go up against to test their mettle, but I think they're focused on one round at a time. And they're probably telling ourselves, okay, let's see where they fall apart a little bit. Let's play to the best of our abilities, and then we know
Nicely done.
Slowly find new ways to kill them.
Love this angle from Flames in between smokes, catching one in transition. That's a big kill on Hades. Someone else gonna have to pick up his slack. Meanwhile, poor Diha's just got a MP9 to try and hold off on the ramp. Frag grenade could be a little too late here. Kylar gonna peek in, and then decide to dive back. Fire removes him from the support of Diha, but at least now he's got Glaive. Do they try to crunch this?
Ooh, this could be the call, actually.
They're gonna throw themselves at the ramp fight, and if Mezzi's not ready, oh, he goes down. But Spinks inside of the corner, spotted out by Diha. He is locked in, and Kylar just got the supportive frag. They're gonna swing on Spinks. AK gets away, Diha comes through. Man advantage taken back.
That's
and
the Glaive difference
the
right
kill
there.
on Apex. There's the close. There's the dream and the hopes of the Polish ENCE. As the road to the Spodek is still a long one, but the first step paved by the blood of Vitality.
That's the Glaive difference, baby. Right there.
Oh.
That was...